the beginning of the lap, the bike came out behind us, and we were straight away on ascend, and the bike sort of came, and I was like, oh, he's moving. So we got to Hudson back, and we pulled a little gap on him because Hudson back on a bike is probably not very fast. Come around flip flats, and then he caught me again, and I was like, right, this guy's shifting. But I indicated before shredding quoits, and he was just like, he just flashed. So he's like, no, he's letting me go. So anyway, he wants to go. So I came into shredding quoits quite fast. I got on the braking zone. I immediately went to the right because I'm like, this guy is still on me after we've just taken SK like that. And I'm like, nah, this is not normal. So he went past me. I was over to the right on the entrance of Arenberg. He went past me on the out, like on the normal line. On the normal line.
Sorry?
He put his knee down mid Arenberg, and all I see is just his hand come up like this. Peace sign. And I was just like to Sergio, I was like,
Oi, look at that guy over there.
and he just picked the front wheel up out the corner. Gone.
British plate?
Gone. French. French license plate. Absolutely battered R1. Like, it looked like it had seen death. he just went. It was just gone. Cool. By the time I got to the compression of Foxhole, he was already taking the top left corner. And I was like, that lap was a 7:34.
Welcome back to the RatDog Podcast. We're a bunch of track enthusiasts with ongoing builds and opinions that we probably should keep to ourselves. On this episode, we have George, myself, Jake, and Mahalo. So it's a bit of a different setup this time, isn't it?
Lots of newbies, 2 newbies.
They asked for guests on the last podcast, so we instantly got some guests.
2 guests.
Two guests. So should we start for the people that don't know by introducing...
We got Big George from the Nurburgring.
Big follower.
Well, I'm technically not from the Nürburgring, but I mean, I'm there currently, well, now, but...
You've been there for a while.
6 years.
See, you're from the Nürburgring.
6 years.
So most people will know you from
Apex.
Yeah. And the stuff that you've done at Apex and the cars that you work on and you build, and you've helped us when we've been over, like doing alignments at silly o'clock because we've drove over at silly times, and
with your steering wheel with
the car.
Good bants in it.
And like a load of stuff with Nuno on his R8.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
RIP.
Lot of R8 memories.
Even more to come.
Yeah, you probably knew that R8 a lot better than us, to be fair.
Yeah, in the end, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
inside out.
Obviously, yeah. When it in half,
Inside down in half, yeah.
When it crashed, you were
30 seconds behind everything that happened, and then in charge of it from then on. Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot. But we don't talk about the R8 yet.
We can't talk about the R8.
We can't talk about the R8.
What's the R8?
I don't know.
No idea.
When R8?
But you're building something yourself.
I am. Very slow progress.
It was good progress, and then something happened.
Yeah, money and life happened.
Bang, bang. So double whammy.
Change around at Apex, and we stopped doing rentals and taxis and hotel, and then we started to operate more as a workshop, and it kind of, we had to focus more on the customer cars and everything that's going on, so I didn't really have the opportunity to do a few little side hustles and time to get that stuff done, so the car took a bit of a back burner until I sell the Starlet, which is my long-term track car for the last 15 years.
Yeah. So even OG Apex, everyone remembers on the Misha videos that you had that Starlet. That was
that's been
George car.
That's been with me since I was like, when did I buy that? When I was 18. So that's been a lot. That's the car I've learned on. It's not the best. I wouldn't pride my workmanship on that car because it's like most of it is when I was done between 18 and 21. But I obviously learnt a lot from it, so it's that I've carried forward into what I'm doing now. Which obviously the new project is the Golf 5 BTCC rep, plus all the tubular Verk line subframes, big up Verk lines, JRZ suspension, all custom stuff. Like it's when it's done, it's going to be a good car. I'm not going to be able to drive it to its full potential, but I think if we put someone who's like semi-competent in the car, that's going to be it's going to be a very
you
fast
say
gun.
semi-competent, but you're pretty choppy around the ring.
Boy, I haven't had seat time for like 2 years. I've done 8 laps in 2 years. It's wild.
So there's probably more than all of us.
Yeah, I've done about 1,000 laps thereabouts. So
you know your way around.
Yeah, for sure. But after you've not had seat time for a while and you've seen some shit, we know what we're talking about, then it becomes a little bit of a different story. When you don't really want to end up being in that situation that you've seen, this kind of puts a aspect on, okay, maybe I should slow down a bit.
Yeah, this is why we're like TF, we're very apprehensive about it at the moment.
And I don't think we question our own ability.
No, it definitely isn't our own ability. I think it's just the risk.
I mean, we all know how things can go if you're pushing the limit and something lets go. For example, an engine lets go and dumps oil. You're in no control when oil's on the rear of the car. The back of the car's on ice, the front's got grip. What do you do? You're
just as bad if you're behind that car, or 3 cars behind.
Exactly.
And we've seen some terrible, like, people forget things like that MX-5 and the recovery truck.
I mean,
Remember
being at the ring and even like being a passenger in cars and stopping at scenes of crashes and stuff, when you get to a point where you're pulling dead people out of cars, that kind of hits home a little bit, and you think, oh shit, and maybe this is like, we need to be a bit more paying attention. This is why the boys are all on safety.
Yeah.
This is why Nuno's so safety critical with stuff, and how many times we tell people to wear a lid in the past 2 years.
And they still don't get it.
Yeah. But
So
that's a whole another conversation. But yeah, anyway, project goal.
Yes.
Hopefully this year.
We're out here with race cars. We've got BTCC.
It's coming here for paint, so you might see it before.
WTC. Ooh, are we allowed to know the colour?
Black. It's glowing gloss black.
Going black, okay.
Yeah. Same as E46, gloss black.
Just
right.
Nice, simple,
black.
gloss black, and I've got PPF to go on as well, whole car.
Very
cool. Yeah. So it's
very
stay gloss black. It won't be all scratch up and mash up paint.
Yeah, rough.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay, and we've got our guest Milo, which is kind of part of the team, but he hasn't been on the podcast yet.
No.
Hello.
Who are you, Blad?
Just some guy who makes some stuff. I don't know.
Well, we're trying to.
Yeah, I'm basically just developing parts for all the builds, I guess. If something's needed, we make it.
That's the plan.
That is the plan.
That's the plan. Because there's parts out there that A, are, well, 1, unavailable, 2, are extortionate for what they are,
Yeah.
and 3, it just gives us some extra freedom to modify.
Yeah, exactly. We can make it to the specification that we want. We can make out the material that we want, make it look how we want. And on top of that, later on, we can then sell it to the lovely people who may have parts out on the, there's parts out on the shelf available, but they might not be the best that they can be. So
Yeah.
essentially,
RatDog parts.
Yeah.
We're doing some bits.
Should we move on to questions? We've got questions from our
Are you
audience.
satisfied with the introductions?
Yeah, that was good.
I think it was good.
And you've just come back from Frankfurt, Jack.
I am back from Germany. And I think I must...
ends.
Frankfurt,
It's not far from my ends.
is it not?
I mean, it's Aziland, but it's not far from my
It's a
ends.
bit
Chats.
Frankfurt is.
Yes.
Right, I don't go into the town.
It's like East London.
It's terrible.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad.
Frankfurt's not great.
It's really bad.
Frankfurt main station, I see some shit there.
Yeah.
I see some shit that I've never seen in London.
Really?
It's like airports.
It's wild.
Go near an airport, it's shit.
Yeah.
shout out Luton.
Shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the only one that's kind of nice is when you go like Gatwick, almost, because it's near nice places down south.
What, Crawley?
It's terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's dog shit.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
people don't like planes flying over their houses, do they?
No, that's true.
It's gonna be.
I like planes.
But
Wouldn't mind.
I like planes.
should I apologise?
About what?
The 58-minute. Do you think I need to, or we're just going to sweep that under the carpet?
No. The problem that we had was Jake related in the last podcast, so why we had to cut it short. But you don't need to explain this.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't worry about it.
We're not going to tell you the story.
Relax.
It's not about you, it's about us.
In the last podcast, we were mid answering these questions, which was Nürburgring related. A guy with his E46. He's currently doing high 750s in his E46 M3 with
Slow.
AR1s on BC racing coilovers.
Dead suspension. Sorry.
And he just wants some advice to get faster around Nürburgring. Mainly like specific corner advice for the average person that would find certain corners tricky. So we've got the perfect person now here with us to explain the certain corners and how to get a bit faster safely on Nürburgring. I think we've got...
So I think the safest way to get a bit faster is let someone else drive. So next question. No, good call. What corner were we talking?
We've got up to Vauxhall 46 M3. You can take that flat.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You need
depending on your suspension,
a little bit of balls.
If you've got weak rear springs and you're smashing bump stops and it's unstable, then it can be a bit sketchy. So your ride height, your spring rates, and your bump stop tuning needs to be on point if you're going to be sending full gas out of Arenberg all the way through Vauxhall.
Yeah,
realistically. If you've got dead suspension with pony fucking rear springs,
Polybush,
you're going to go to the barrier very fast.
Speed comes with confidence in the car, because I think we don't know whether if they've got an absolute turd setup and they are running things like polybushes, you don't have that confidence in the car because it gets so far and you get so fast and then you go, oh, I can't really do any more. Then you put a different alignment on or a different setup.
Yeah.
And you find extra confidence, and then with that confidence comes speed.
So if you're a competent driver and you have confidence in the car and it's doing well at speed, then that's a good recipe. Yeah. Especially for Nürburgring. You don't need to be doing this sub-7 horse shit. That's all nonsense.
Yeah.
This is, I'm going to try and kill myself on TF. No. If you want to go a little bit faster for your personal gains, then cool, whatever, then have a bit more confidence in the car. And if you can comfortably do 730s at your pace and it's not really causing any harm, boy, it's a win.
That's a
don't
good
push
time
for any more. But Vauxhall, yeah, I wouldn't go too crazy unless the setup is right, spring rates, everything. So it potentially is flat, depending on how the car is.
You can go kind of fastish.
Yeah.
Adenauer Force.
Adenauer Force is a very slow speed corner, so it normally goes against.
Everyone comes off.
Yeah.
If you're a newbie, you're going to come off.
So they've now changed the top of Vauxhall curb as of the beginning of last season.
Made it absolutely huge.
So now it's basically the second highest mountain peak in Eiffel. Avoid it. Don't touch it. So yeah, I mean that line through there can be a little bit tricky because normally you get traffic at the top. You don't normally get a clear lap up there. It's always someone going slow. 9 times out of 10 you've got some guy in the middle of the track up there, so the line can be tricky. But your ideal line, obviously, it's hard to explain without showing, but
keep right.
Yeah, keep right. You keep right, tuck in tight to the left curb, and then just give it nice easy gas on the way out, and don't get on it too hard. But
don't fucking send it into there.
No,
if you can't see as you're coming up, and people just they cook it all the time.
Yeah, and there's no escape.
And the curb
straight over,
and your automatic reaction is to avoid the curb, and you're turning, and the suspension is going to get sideswiped by that curve.
Yeah. I mean, in the 46, that's probably a second. Adenauer Force is probably a second gear corner realistically, because there's not much low down on a heavy 46. Really, is there? It's like Vanos is like struggling. It's asthmatic at that point. But I reckon second gear, but just don't jam the throttle on, chuck it sideways, and end up tank slapping into the left barrier. That's probably my advice.
I see a lot of people get entry oversteer there as well, rather than
because they come in
way too hot.
Yeah,
or they lift off the brake way too aggressively, and then they just. And you're like,
unloads in that.
Yeah. It's quite a narrow part of the track as well.
Yeah, it's very low speed. It's obviously the second slowest speed
after
Versailles, which is like, obviously Versailles is tight. So it's kind of one of them corners you just need to be nice and gentle on the gas, nice and gentle on the brakes. Don't slam your brakes and throw it in and then try and drift around it like a hero.
Just try and
just don't be a chief and just nice and chill. Smooth.
What's the corner before Blame James? I absolutely hate it.
It's Metzgersfeld 1 and 2. So Blame James is a Metzgersfeld 2. So after you turn in, you have that little kink. Normally I straight line the kink, which most people say, no, stay right, but I straight line the kink. Gives you a nice easy break in over to the right hand side, and then you off the brakes nice and smooth and turn in. It's a
scarily quick corner.
Scary quick corner, yeah. It's like, it feels like it's off camber. It's not, but it feels off camber. So it can go very wrong if you hit a patch of coolant or something. So it's a bit nervy because that grass, you just and take off. And
it's just grass barrier. I was in the car with Russ, was in his F87 chasing Bodge last year at DM, and there was rain there, and it was like dry rain on the breaking point. And oh my God, was all like, and we come back and was like, did you scream at that point? Yeah, well, everyone did.
See, this is also another thing that people don't realise at the Nürburgring is it's obviously very big, and there's the different
radius.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Elevation.
Thank you, sir. Is mad different. So it affects the weather is a big problem because sometimes it goes around the mountain top, sometimes it decides to go straight over, and you can literally have a wall of perfect weather, little bit cloudy, you come around the corner, it's a fucking wall of rain in a blind spot.
2016, we had snow up Kesselchen.
Yeah.
And then we come round to like the last couple of corners and it was bright sunshine.
Yeah.
Summer's day.
Yeah.
It's just it's crazy.
So you just get mad pressure differentials because of all the elevation change. That's basically it, isn't it?
It's volcanic as well, so I guess it has something to do with the magnetism of the. I don't know. I'm not a
Geology.
RatDog Weather Channel now. Is that what we're doing? RatDog Weather Channel.
There's that much of an elevation change that you do have to pop your ears as you're going around.
Yeah, legit. Yeah,
You are like,
you get used to it after a while, but when you're driving your first few laps, so if you haven't been there for a while, it's like, oh shit, this is a big difference.
my ears.
Everything else is up until like Bergwerk isn't very technical.
Well, I feel like you overlook the next few sections, to be honest, because Kallenhard, so you come around Metzgersfeld 2 and then you take the right hander, then you go down the hill into Kallenhard.
Yeah.
Now Kallenhard is always been a late turn in, so it's a little bit. That can be a little bit tricky because it's quite steep downhill, so you're quite heavy on the brakes, and you don't realise when you come off the brakes that when you get back on, you're picking up speed quite quick again because it's still quite steep. So people do end up with a lot of understeer and hitting that left barrier on the exit of Kallenhard. I've seen a lot. We had a lot of rentals hit there. I've seen a lot of guys in that barrier, just how it is.
And if it's wet there, it's so
Slippy.
So it's a very, very, very cautious corner in the wet.
shade of
You get a lot of water running down that part of the track.
Exactly.
And people, especially on the inside, it sort of follows the curb round, and people think, oh, because normal line.
It was only until we did the night walk with N24 last year, you realise how steep
it was.
And you're like, damn.
So yeah, you come at Kallenhard, you need to be careful. There's a little cheat code of Kallenhard, a few corners, but on the left-hand side of the track on corner entry, there's a white mark on the tarmac, which is your turn-in point. That's not your turn in and get on the gas point, which is a lot of mistakes that people make and go sideways, and where it's off camber downhill bend, it's not fun when it gets sideways. So that's your turning point, and then you want to realistically try and wash that corner out as wide as possible when you went on the exit, but then obviously come up to miss, and again that's kind of like Metzgersfeld 1 entry where you straight line over to the right curb and turn in, but you kind of want to get over to the right curb a little bit quicker to get the turn in, otherwise the turn in becomes very messy and you end up missing the apex and then hitting the curb. So that can be a little bit of a mess. And then you've got miss, which is, so piff paff is the last corner. Then you've got miss hit miss. It's not really miss hit miss anymore, is it? Now they've resurfaced it. It's more like hit, or miss, and you're all right still. So you can kind of take a few lines through there now, yeah. And then obviously the downhill.
Versleifen, I personally, I brake, straight line, lift off, brake again, turn it.
Little tap.
Yep, exactly that, yeah. That's pretty much. It depends on how you like to rotate the car in. If you're driving a Porsche, then it might be a bit different because you might need to get on the brakes a little bit mid-corner to rotate a little bit, get the nose in. Most front-wheel drive, it's probably a good idea. Don't get on the gas really until you're straightening the steering because that is a recipe for barrier, which is fine if you don't mind paying net a nice invoice. But rear-wheel drive, don't try and drift. It can be fun, but it normally ends in tears.
I reckon if you're carrying enough speed and you've done something powerful enough to...
And you've got a hydro.
Okay.
Because trying to get that rotation there is tricky because it happens very fast.
Yeah.
The downhill, the brake, the off camber, on camber, downhill turn in is a very...
You just have to feel it. That corner, you really have to feel what your specific car's doing.
But there is a very generic line that you can take that normally works, which is like what you just said with a brake, lift, turn, brake again, and then turn in again. So it's not too bad. Just don't try and copy GT3 cars because they take that very, very differently to how road cars will go.
But their aero package,
aero and the suspension is.
Well, I mean, at that low speed, I don't even know if the aero is doing much really. But
crazy mechanical.
It's exactly that. Yeah, with fucking 305 slicks.
I will be there. Yeah, maybe not with slicks.
Why not?
315s.
Okay.
On the rear?
Might as well be there.
Well, I think was the plan for the 92.
So you billet uprights and stuff. No, I'm kidding.
We'll get there.
What's the next one?
Down into Breitscheid.
You can, if you're going fast enough.
You can hit the concrete and say, "Oh fuck."
Don't do that. Don't do that. I would always get around the shallow corner for the braking before you start braking for the braking point. Some people brake before because it's scary because there's like a concrete wall there. But you can, in most cars, if it's not too powerful, you can get around there and then start braking after the little right hand kink.
Yeah, but technically,
Yeah.
if we're going to go technicalities and legalities, which is this is a big factor after the things that we've experienced in the last year.
Speed limit.
There's a speed limit, so that is an entry and exit point for emergency services and trucks. Now, the lens drivers are on strict instructions on how to get off the track. It doesn't mean they always obey it.
Oh no.
So sometimes you can come around that corner, balls to the wall, and there's a lens truck reversing off the track.
Yep.
And you're aiming straight at the driver's the cabin. So,
And you only see it until you get around that concrete.
and you're on 30% steering input anyway, angle.
Cars are doing as
Usually
much as
on a
they
bit
can.
on the brakes, you're going to be 90 degrees, 180 degrees this way.
Or you've got a lens truck taking a full sweep from the left-hand side of the
Left
track.
to the right,
Exactly.
Oh, I'm not going to, yeah.
So it's a speed limit for a reason. On a track day, it's probably advised, because they still enter and exit there, so
Yep.
it's probably advised to chill a little bit there as well. But if you're, obviously the line that you've said is perfect, but would I be taking it flat out through there? Probably not flat out. Maybe a little bit more than the speed limit and not perfectly obeying it, but it's not.
And there's little room to escape if you've got someone in front of you that's not doing the pace that you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of the way it's off camber, you can't then just all of a sudden pull the front of the car to the left
No,
to get round them. They're in your way.
exactly.
And unless you've got a really balanced car and you can slow it down in speed, you're usually going into the back of them.
Yeah, into the back of them, or you're going to tank slap.
Yeah,
And you're
it's
going to
not
end
nice.
up in a messy situation regardless.
Been there before.
But if you've disobeyed the speed limit there, I would carry as much speed into X-Muller as possible,
Yep.
so that you're not accelerating too much
That's
up it when it gets light.
That's a very... I love X-Muller, and I never used to drive rear-wheel drive on track, so I've always been front-wheel drive.
Yeah.
And the first rear-wheel drive car I drove on track was our M4 on the Northlife, which was in the wet.
Serious?
So it was a very eye-opening experience. But once I got a little bit of confidence with the car, F-Chassis is an amazing platform. I don't care what anyone says, it's an amazing platform. When you get up X-Muller, it's probably one of the most fun sections to take flat out in a rear-wheel drive car with a little bit of power.
Yeah.
Because you come round, you hit the apex, and there's a little kink, and you know it's coming.
Yeah.
You know it's coming, so you can already counter it before it happens, and you just come in. It's just a little, and it's really rewarding because you just.
I'm a professional.
And it's like,
You've got to get it right. Otherwise, you end up off the track.
exactly, exactly.
I've
Been to the barrier.
I've been with Nuno in the 330, and I've come into there too hot, and we got the back end out twice there. It was like,
But the thing is, you're carrying enough speed in that car because you know what's going to happen, so it's fine. But if you're not carrying enough speed and you're off power, boy, that's going to be.
You're driving on like the perfect amount of slip angle there, basically. On your everyone talks about slip angle. That's like
that
the
is the
perfect
slip angle call.
That is the perfect demonstration.
Exactly.
It's like uphill as well.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's
And then you've got
Louder links.
which is it's scary. It's actually eerie.
It's flat.
it's flat.
It's
corner.
flat.
In most cars under 400 horsepower, it's flat.
But recently we've seen, or in recent times, we've seen someone with the lens truck and the MX-5.
With Nico, who sadly passed away from that crash, which was probably one of the worst ones that we've ever seen. It gives me goosebumps talking about it. He came into that corner, and obviously it's a blind corner, and when there's oil and you see what's happened, you can't slow down. That can end really messy. So Louder Links is a very sketchy corner, which you can take flat. Would I take it flat? I haven't since that day
Yeah.
in any car I've driven.
Am I right in thinking that they cut some of the trees back on the inside of
They've
that
cut
corner?
quite a lot of trees back around the whole track, to be honest, over the last winter they cut loads of trees down. But they have cut some back on that. But it's the Eiffel, man. Them trees grow so fast. It's like exactly. It's like they'll be back again this year, I'm sure.
But when you get it right, it's a nice corner. You come in and there's a little bump, and then
It's got a little bit worse. It's got a little bit worse over the last couple of years. So you come
Right.
around Louder Links on the exit, and then just as you're about to get on the brakes, there's like there's like the braking zone is this big and the bump is here, so you can either brake a bit before and then just ride over the bump and brake harder later, or you can really risk and hope that your calipers and your brake fluid's good, just gas over the bump and then brake hard on the
every car.
But it's sketchy.
That corner is where the brakes get hottest for some reason. I don't know why, because there's still a little bit of straight beforehand, but that's where
we've done quite a lot of downhill corners by that point, so your brakes are obviously taking the full weight of the car in force. So
I get to
corners, exactly, yeah.
Kesselchen and the rest of the track's a lot slower. I think that is where your brakes are the hottest.
I mean, I've had brake fade in the Starlet going into Brideside, and the handbrake saved my ass.
Really?
Because I was like, there's a video on my YouTube, and it's literally like, who needs brakes or something, I named it. And you've watched the come into right. I don't panic too much, because I just ram it into gear and just rip the handbrake up. And I'm like, if I go sideways into the wall, I go I'm not going nose in, because I'm wearing an engine. No thanks. So that's
especially in a tin can Starlet.
Exactly, the Fireball.
What are we doing that? Yeah,
this is the Fireball.
Oil's paper, mate. Yeah,
literally the Fireball. So yeah, Bergwerk is a lot of people, you can see a lot of people mess up at Bergwerk on the brakes.
We've seen a Golf crash into the barrier and all sorts. And it's a late turn in, a lot later than you think it should be.
Yes, it is a very strange corner.
So close to the barrier as well.
Yep.
But if you get the late turn in, and there's someone in front of you and they haven't done the perfect line, you can just sail past them up curb.
Yeah, there's so much time to be gained in that corner alone. It's crazy. Like, it's actually crazy that you can pick up, if you nail that corner. It's a very, very difficult corner to get right, and any driver will tell you this, any race driver will tell you this. Even David, as Pithard has said to us before, like, you can really mess Bergwerk up and lose a second and a half straight away before you've even got the chance to get through Kesselchen. So you can really mess it up, but you can also gain so much from that corner. You can gain positions up Kesselchen at that point in races. So once you nail Bergwerk, you'll never forget that line. Yeah. You'll mess it up, but you'll never forget the line when it's perfect.
What line you need to take.
That barrier does come at you quite quickly.
Yeah, it's head on.
Yeah, it's like
straight.
You're like, I really want to turn yet, but I shouldn't.
I'm so close to it already, and it's coming.
Obviously, all of this make sure your car's at optimal temperatures at this point. Don't do this on your first lap. No. Like cold tires, cold brakes, and just send it straight into bike. No, thank you. Yeah. But yeah, then obviously up to Kesselchen, you come at your exit of Bergwerk.
Flat.
What's the kink on the left called? Has that got a name?
I think. See, I always get a little bit confused with the uphill section, because it's Kesselchen, I believe, just starts there.
Yeah, and then just all the way to Mutkova.
Exactly. That's my understanding of that section is that, but I don't know if it's got a specific name of that corner.
I still can't get Mutkova right to this day.
Mutkova is very difficult.
I refuse to go fast around Mutkova.
It's very
going
difficult.
too fast.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a video of you telling me to go faster.
Yes, I'm not driving this on my car.
I've been witnessing.
And you can go faster.
Yeah, put your life at risk.
But for reference, this is everyone's that likes the ring must have seen the video of the AMG where the back end dances out.
That's
and yeah.
So the exit of Bergwerk into Kesselchen, you want to aim for the sign on the right. So the last sign on the right is your turning point. And when you turn in, you don't need to move your steering. Once you've got your turning point, you literally just stay at this angle and just carry it through. You want to clip. There's 3 little curbs. You want to clip, and then just let the car just go out to the right. And on that fast left, it's daunting because of the little bump and it does wash out. In the wet, it's a dangerous corner.
First couple of laps, you're not going to want to take that.
Yeah, but that is a flat corner. You got balls.
Unless you're driving something silly, like supercar silly.
Yeah.
You can take it for that.
I mean, this is where you really see where aero works. That corner is the first corner that you'll actually drive a car with no aero and drive a car with aero and go, that's what that does.
And it's not because you can do it any faster, it's just because it's more comfortable.
Way more comfortable, and your ass isn't doing this. It's like relaxed. So that's a corner that you potentially, depending on the car, you can take flat. And in a 46, depends on what diff you've got and how the diff's set up. That can be sketchy because the little bump can throw the back, so be prepared to do a little catch, but it might be fine. I'm sure in most cases. Other than that, you go up the hill all the way up to the Mutkova, you're just flat. You're just flat. Ride it over to the left. Ride the corners nice and smooth, like exactly how you would do on every other Apex, like normal corner. Left-hander, depending on how fast you get to that point, it's either a little lift and turn in and gas, or it's a little dab of the brakes to settle the car and then turn in and gas.
That's
and then just follow it around.
Brakes and then just.
No, see, I'm
breaker.
fine with the power up there. In fact, I find it I struggle to lift, and I want to go flat, and I know I can't. So whenever I've done it in the M4 or the Cupra, I'm like, don't lift. No, I have to. I can't. And you need to do a little dab and turn in, because I haven't got the skill for that.
I can do the right kink after it.
Yeah, that's
with
fine.
a little jump.
Yeah,
I can take that.
Tim Morley curve.
And everything. Yeah. Is that? Yeah. That's where the GT
it's a sensitive subject.
Thing.
Sensitive subject, but it's the Tim Morley curve. Then as you come into Style Striker, the brake block corner, where if you're traction and ABS on, you need to be very careful, because the little bumps on the brake on the way in
just lock it up.
They lock up the brake. You can get ice pedal there. Yeah.
Ice pedal.
So you need to be careful. But that's a relatively late turn in or a relatively early turn in, depending on the car.
You can do that, and it doesn't really change anything, because you're just uphill again. Then you have to brake for.
I always struggle with a late turn in there. I always find that I lose. Back end.
I agree. Unless I'm front wheel drive. Front wheel drive, I can take a late slow turn in, and I can just get on the power way sooner and just see it all the way through. Rear wheel drive, I don't really know. I sometimes take mid corner and then wash out late and then come in.
Yeah.
And it's a strange line to take, but I have gained speed on people where I've been chasing up there, and
I just go sideways anyway.
Yeah.
There's no marshals.
That's the drifty
really
corner. That's it, really.
And it's safe enough. It's wide enough to just get a bit sideways.
Get on the gas.
And then up into carousel, you kind of just sail through the S's. Carousel depends. So sometimes it depends how fancy you want to be on a picture.
Late and hard.
Yeah,
drop it in.
There's a picture of us in the M4 on my Insta, and the wheel is like
up. We're
a good solid 14 shoe size up in the air, and it's like I could literally you could get under the car. And see, for me, I like that. It's funny. It's a good picture.
Yeah.
And you don't lose that much time. It's not really ideal, but normally your average marker for drop in is like third curbstone.
Yeah.
Coming out of carousel, in order not to die and get
just don't go full gas.
Is it coming out too early or coming out too late?
Both.
Sets us up?
So I've seen a lot of Porsches come out too early and it slaps.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Porsches come out too late and it gets a wiggle on and doesn't like life. I've seen a lot of BMs come out too early and it does the same. They've gone off and hit the right side of the barrier. It can be very sketchy, but you just need to be careful not to be full gas.
Yeah.
You can be on the gas. So I'm like, you're feathering the throttle around carousel to make sure it stays planted. And then as you get to that point, it's hard to explain, but it's as the front lifts out, don't flat to the floor. Just give it like a little half gas and flat to the floor and go. To let the car settle.
I think people forget to straighten out their steering. So when they're coming out of carousel, they're expecting to go all the way around carousel, whereas they need to straighten out, and at that point, put the gas in.
Yeah,
get ready.
Exactly.
For coming out of it, basically.
Yeah.
Hot act is a little bit challenging for some people, but you don't need to brake. You can downshift to settle the car because it's so steep uphill. And if you're slowing down,
if you're overtaken, don't do anything stupid.
Yeah, don't do anything stupid. You can downshift if you want to slow down, and don't slam your brakes on because it comes up on you quicker than you think. But also if you want to settle the car a bit more but keep it full gas, go in a little bit of a high gear. Most people take that in fourth gear, balls to the wall, and it's revving its nuts off. Just go up to fifth, and it's way smoother. It feels way nicer to take. Do not touch the green on the right.
Don't touch the green.
Do not touch the green on the right.
Even if the track is dry.
It's a painted surface. You go from bare grippy tarmac, like thinking, yeah, I've got this, to literally a table. And you just go, and you're gone. And you ain't saving it because you're just going to carry on the grass up the hill into the barrier.
All the G's are just already trying to send you into the grass.
Then you stay right. I brake. Not heavy, but I brake and turn in and keep normally third, fourth gear through the left and the right at height, which is a very rewarding corner when you get that right. I think we'll agree on that. It's very difficult.
It's very easy to catch the curb.
Exactly.
And it unsettles
the exit curb's easy to you drift out a little bit too wide sometimes. Exit curb.
Very easy to brake too much as well.
Yeah, exactly. The exit curb is sketchy. I've done this by mistake. I've been out in the Cupra and I've gone up on the curb. And I've stayed on the curb for a little bit too long, not paying too much attention. And then I broke to turn into the right, thinking it's all good. And I'm like, hold on a minute, I've got two wheels on the curb. What am I doing? And by that point, it drags you in because it pulls you to the left. So Don't do that. Get off the curb as soon as you can and just settle the car before the right-hander. The right-hander is relatively easy. You can get on the power quite easy.
Really
That's
can
quite a nice
Very
corner,
candid, yeah. It's a very rewarding corner again. And then as you come down into Wipperman, again, tricky corner to get right. Thank you, sir. Laters. It's a very tricky corner to get right, Wipperman, I think. Because some people are like, yeah, take the curb on the left on entry. And then sometimes you take it and you go, well, this is completely wrong. Like I've completely balls this up. Yeah, you can take the entrance. If you get it right, it can work because it sets you up nice for the curb on the right. You have to nail it though. You have to nail it.
You kind of can't be still turning when you hit your left curb.
Exactly.
And you can't be on BCs.
Yeah. So the ideal really is stay as close to the curbs as possible. Don't run them. I mean, curbs just destroy suspension anyway. When you do a track walk and you see how big the curbs are, even the small ones that we all take, when you see how big they are, you go, yeah, no wonder I'm changing ball joints every 2 weeks. Like
it's so fun to like almost go on the grass.
Everyone cries about the Wipperman challenge now, but come on, we've all nearly touched mirrors on the barrier.
Yeah.
He's got a video of me absolutely dusting Misha, absolutely covering him in dust. It was hilarious.
So you don't like do it anymore. But like, if there's someone following you, it's like, fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that because they've concreted it now, I think people are going to get even closer to
There'll be an accident
to that barrier there, and then someone's going to have a
many
big
accidents.
I think so, yeah.
But with it being like grass, now being concrete, you're not going to have the slide.
But now the problem is people are going to send it in rather than slowing down for the grass. Within pictures you see of him on the grass, everyone's like, oh, this guy's driving crazy. Like he's doing like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah,
it's downhill. It looks a really
it looks dramatic but
from a
not.
certain camera angle, but it's not really.
Yeah, running as close to the 2S curb apexes are probably your best bet without touching the curbs. You can get it nice. The second curb is alright to take. It's not the end of the world. It's not quite. It doesn't unsettle the car at all. And then you just run that wide, keep it wide to the left all the way
go
through.
into the compression, brake hard and let
that's feeling.
Oh, that's such a nice.
Yeah, the chuck in at the top of the hill is blind. It's very daunting, but it does close very quickly. So you think, oh, I've got loads of space to run out to the left. You haven't. That's grass. So
I saw a guy in a Mark V Edition 30 just boom.
Was this on a stateside video?
No, it was in front of me.
Oh, you saw it. I was going to say because I've seen this happen before as well, and it's just straight over to the left into the barrier.
Straight over, dunk. You're like, oh.
But the problem is you can't slow down because it's then so steep downhill. You just brake on the grass and shoot across the track again.
Yeah.
So you got potential to wipe out another car as well, which is not ideal, is it?
It's
Sink on him down.
definitely less than that part of the track. I think is one when you start getting into a faster car, the judgment of braking and when you need to turn in. There's a massive difference between being in an average car and a fast car.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
It happens so quick, and it's like you say, you've got no reference for where the outside, the left-hand side of the track is, other than judgment of where you've turned in on the right, and just hope
That's
there's still track there.
That's the right angle.
which is also strange that corner because it depends on how much speed you carry in or how much speed you've got on the exit. So if you've done that a little bit gingerly and you've taken it back a step and just not wanting to send it through, that determines what line you can take into the next left-hander. So ideally you want to be far over to the right and then tuck in tight to the left and keep the left line all the way into the entrance of Brunchen.
Steering angle, yeah.
So it's the same steering angle. But when you haven't carried that much speed in and you're a bit nervous of where the exit of the corner is, or you're not confident on that corner, you can take a much shallower line and just keep a very constant low speed, and it still sets you up for a nice turn in onto the right hander of Brunchen. So if you're pushing, then you want to get over to the right and, like you say, keep that steering angle, and then don't brake while you're turning on the downhill into Brunchen. That's a terrible idea because there's a nasty bump on that turn in on the right hander.
Cars flicked.
Yeah, cars have literally rolled there because of the bump, braking on the bump and turning in, and it goes.
What was the car that went on its roof?
32, and then we had an EP3.
There was a Mondeo as well.
There was what was the little
I'm not naming any names, but it's a Mondeo.
what was the other little thing? Like an AX, a Citroen AX?
Yeah.
That bounced.
Yeah. 3 man up, and it bounced on dickheads, honestly. But yeah, that you need to be careful. The entrance of Brunchen, they're not ever going to fix that anytime soon. It's a bump and on the turn in, so it can really unsettle the back. So if you're carrying speed in, just bear in mind it might have a little twitch like the exit of Exmüller. That's very, very common. But now the Brunchen's even wider on the exit. They've added more curb to it. So now you can basically just keep it flat the whole way around and just run the barriers calm. It's not a problem.
It's like 6 feet wider or 7.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
It's actually insane. It's a whole curb. It's a whole stone.
Really?
The big boy stones
No
on the
more
outside.
grass being flicked up.
So there's no more mud being flicked up.
But I think it's both good and bad. It was good to go. It's good because you'll be able to go quicker, but it's bad because
It will come off track.
other people will.
But this is
to go quicker.
This is the problem though. So you'll think you'll be able to go quicker, but when you come to brake for Brunchen 2, in the grand scheme of things,
You're on the ground.
you're on a paving slab.
Yeah.
You're not on tarmac or anything with grip, so you're going to brake and it's going to ABS. So I think it's probably going to catch a few people out onto Brunchen 2.
Well, by using that extra bit of curb, you're then almost going to. You almost then got to
back.
you got to come. You're going to be far left.
Double
You got to.
down,
Yeah, you got to turn back in
Exactly.
to then get the right line for Brunchen 2.
Exactly. So you're not really going to want to run. It's there for
No.
people who are driving like idiots and who are not taking it serious, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not going to make anyone quicker. That's actually going to make you slower. Brunchen 2 is an early turn-in for me. I like turning a little bit early and getting on the power pretty soon.
Because
Because you can run it wide, man, over the curbs.
Yeah, but like how wide? Like since we've
Over
been,
the curb, all the
since
way.
we've been going, we've watched YouTube Corner and seen that's where everyone does the thing. Everyone crashes there.
I think people
I nearly did.
jab the throttle too soon, and that's the problem. Giving it like that unsettlement of just giving it full gas, you've got to be smooth through it. If you're smooth through it and you turn in, I turn in early and I just let the car wash out as wide as possible. I go up on the curb, 2 wheels over, and I just run all the way off because the curb drops off, so you don't have to drop back off the curb. You can just run it and come off nice and smooth back over to the right. The right-hander into Eiskurve is a turning point. There's a big A spray painted on the track. That's your turning point.
Okay.
So it's quite simple. You get to that point, you're on the brakes up until that point, lift off the brakes, turn in.
I just
Go.
wash out off onto the curb, onto the grass.
Yeah,
I
that's-
smash on the floor there.
That curb was so aggressive, and so I don't know what it's like now. I can't remember, but
'Cause
the
grass is, like,
resurface has
eating
done
away.
it bits.
Yeah.
So it's just like a
Oh, if you
big.
dropped, if you
Yeah.
dropped off that curb, it would scrape that underneath of the
My
car.
friend Logan last time in August he has a 335.
More microphone.
He's a 335i touring with far too much power, and he's turned in there and it's just sideways like tank slap and somehow held and gone over the curb and he didn't crash. I was sat in the passenger seat and I was just like, I'm never sitting in this car ever again.
It can be a very interesting corner. I think if you haven't had a moment there, you haven't lived.
You're not going quick enough.
Me and Diana had a big moment there in a Polestar 1, a press car.
Yeah, yeah.
that I borrowed from Misha to say, can I take it for some laps to see what it's like? And they'd just done a setup, not realising they'd give it some more toe out on the rear. So we came in and it got very spicy, but it's a Polestar 1, 2 tons,
Yeah.
Yes, right.
700, 650 horsepower, 2 ton, half. That's big.
It's
And it just went,
momentum.
and then we were sideways up over the curb. And I was like, I don't know what's going to happen now. I'm a passenger at this point because I don't know how this car's going to react as we come off the curb sideways. It was all right, luckily. We caught it back and it was fine. But it can catch you out very quickly, Eiskurve.
Everyone's
Very
had a
quickly.
moment there. Like the 325 that we had, it was on Derezas on the
The
standard.
blue one.
Yeah, on the standard 16s or 15s. We
16s, yeah.
de-beaded the tyre there.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. We just
Yeah,
come
we
around
had lap fourth
sideways,
generation.
and obviously we were like 4 up, and it just went.
Well, that's why you've got 4 people in the car. You're putting it on full lateral load there,
Big
literally.
balloon
Right.
tyres.
Think about the vertical and lateral loads on that tire. There's no way it was holding up.
Literally, the tyre is just like this
Yeah.
at that point. Like, not without, it has no other, all it can do is come off the rim. That's all that's left.
I've got a very interesting picture of the RS7 coming around that corner, and I'm riding the sidewall, full sidewall, just. Yeah, that's good.
More pressure.
Is that rain?
Yeah.
That's wild.
It is raining.
And then you've got
The downhill left down into Landsgarten. That downhill left should be definitely a corner. That is, do not touch curbs.
Oh yeah.
You touch that curb, you die. That's quite simple. You die. That left-hander. Now it's resurfaced. It's all right.
Don't try and overtake
alright.
there. Either,
No, don't
'cause
overtake
Someone that's even just trying to make way for you has to come to the onto the left.
Regardless on the track, wait until someone has seen you and indicated out the way, or at least very visibly shot over to the right and has seen you to let you go, because anywhere on the track is a reckless overtake if you just assume someone's seen you. But on that downhill, coming into Flansgarten, that left-hander, I've seen, so we had cars crash there, rental cars crash there. We've had customers crash into the side of people, we had people crash into the side of rental cars, because when you move to the right there's not really enough space on the exit of the corner to be able to get past nicely, because people panic because they're going too fast over to the right, because there's no curb there, it's just grass, straight away it's grass. You can take that corner quite quick now because of the retarmacking. The new surface has done it bits, but it's still a sketchy corner.
Coming down there as well,
It feels off camber.
it feels off camber.
Deep compression into a big compression.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly,
So you're
yeah.
always gonna,
Yeah, exactly.
you're gonna lose the vertical load on the tire, and then as soon as you're back on it, it's just
Exactly. That, and obviously the suspension's decompressing because you're going over that little crest.
yeah.
So it's a lot of things going on for the car to deal with, and
That's
then
what
a
rebound
nervous
so well.
driver makes it. Yeah. Unless you've got spot on rebound, but
Yeah.
obviously we know the Nordschleife is so big and so many different things going on. It's very difficult to
Can't just tune it
set
for
up.
that one.
Yeah, unless you're Tom Shermer, because man's a fucking wizard.
Every corner is perfect.
Man is a wizard.
And then the jump. I would
Send it.
just send it.
Send it. Get ABS pedal and go into the grab. Banter.
Do what the blue M2 did, didn't it?
Sing something. Just come off. The rule of thumb is to brake, let off brake.
Yeah, exactly.
As you get more comfortable and doing a few more laps, I wouldn't do it the first couple of laps of the day. Just get more comfortable with the car. Depending on how fast it is, if you're on a 46 M3, you could probably let off brake and
After the
brake
jump.
after the jump.
Yeah, I think if you let off early enough and just keep the car, you'll feel the speed. It's hard to say what speed, but you'll feel the speed that's comfortable. You won't need to do anything dramatic, and you'll probably gain pace from it as well.
There's a cheat code for jumping there as well. I'm not gonna encourage doing it.
Well, no, I think that cheat code is pretty much gone now that
Is
we've
it?
surfaced.
They've redone it.
Because the jump now feels, whereas before it was more of a progressive jump, it's now later and just quick.
Okay.
So it's a little bit different now. Taking the curb, probably not the best idea anyway, to be
It's
honest.
hilarious.
It can be, but now it's not really worth it.
All right. Okay.
You don't really get that much air anymore. But there is another point there, reference point for turning. I don't know if it's still there after the resurfacing, but again, there was a white marker for turning there as well on the left-hand side,
Okay.
which this corner is, you're pretty quick round there.
Yeah.
You're pretty much on the gas the whole way round.
Yeah.
You're not full throttle, but you're 70%.
I would say there's quite a bit of time to be made up from that corner all the way through.
Yeah.
Almost to the end of the under the.
Yeah, so you keep your steering angle on that right hander. You can keep your steering angle, run it a little bit wide, come back over to the right, on for the left hander, and
Don't
you
aggressively.
don't need to be aggressive at all. But
Very nice and smooth transfer to that.
I do a little dab of brakes sometimes, depending on how much speed I've carried at that right hander. Sometimes you run a little bit wide and you need to come back over and just give it a little resettle. But you can generally, rule of thumb, if you don't go too crazy, you can carry more momentum through the second second corner, and probably come out of a better exit speed to Flansgarten too.
And then Flansgarten 2, which is the big DTM jump, it's not really a jump, but I've seen Russ. First time last year, I'll probably put the footage down below. First time last year I've ever seen anyone do this. Obviously, those photos going around of him getting in the air in the F. He just hits the curb.
Yeah.
What?
Curbs, the thing is, unless...
He just hits the curb there.
Is that why?
That's what he does. And when you're in the car with him, don't take this as advice. When you're in the car with him and he hits the curb, because the car is completely unloaded, it's not affected by how the way the car normally slides over to the right over there. It's just a nice way to take it, which is really
this is the
weird.
thing is
I
I've
would
taken that
recreate myself
in
like
my
that.
old Golf 4, obviously not a track car, but a few little bits done to it. Was quite a fun car to drive around there. I've hit the curb, it kind of just soaks it up, and it was whatever.
Yeah.
But then it has 15 years of suspension travel. You can sleep a family of people in the arch, like it's even with the aftermarket suspension, it was still it's a fucking
big
Golf 4, it's a
droopy
tank. But then I've taken it in other cars and I've hit the curb and I've shit my pants. There's no other way to put it. It's like,
That for me is
don't
one of
do that
the
again.
Straight mash bump stop.
yeah,
I hate
literally, you can feel the bump stop, just leave the chat.
Yeah.
But he kind of gets on the curb really early, so he's just riding it.
Yeah.
And over. Like
I mean,
You need to
launch
go
pad.
I wouldn't
out.
advise it, because
would not
if you panic and lift, you're dead.
Yeah, done.
If you drive too far, you're dead. If you get on the gut, you're dead.
It's a corner. That's a corner. Can we call it a corner or a part of the track?
It's a
jump.
It's a very strange corner, but your turning point is the end of the grey curbs. Yeah. So it's the last curb stonage where you should be like, okay, it's their turn in.
Straight, yeah.
And then you just try and straight it, and just don't try and, on the exit of it, and as your suspension decompresses, don't try and yank the steering over to the left because you're going to go sideways.
Just hold it.
Just nice and steady, and as you come back over to left, I mean, depending on how scared you are of veil off, depends on if you dab the brakes or if you lift or anything. But
depending on what's high is your
yeah, and also that a lot of areas.
I did it on 808,
yeah,
and I couldn't take it anywhere near as fast as what you can take it now, and with better tires,
which is flat.
The same car, yeah, which is flat. I would have never done it flat.
No,
like, and that's where the tires get hot. Like if they're a terrible compound or they're old,
for sure.
You're saturating the tire. You're literally saturating.
And it's towards the end of the lap as well. So there's a lot of heat. There's a lot of change that car goes through.
From your cold lap, your starting lap, if you start out on your normal cold tire pressure, let's just go, for example, AR1 on a Golf 7. You start off at 2.4 bar because you're not going crazy. If you decide halfway around that lap, fuck, I'm going to start driving crazy and start pushing, by the time you get to Beloff, your tyre pressure's at roughly about 3.2 bar. 3.2 bar.
At Beloff.
Big balloons. And that's you're going fast. It's under a lot of load. It's just...
So I used to, like on the Dereza, and I know this is frowned upon, but I used to go out on 28 PSI.
What's PSI? I can't deal with PSI. So.
It's low.
Just under 2 bar.
And then...
How many airs per square metre is there?
Many airs. And then one lap, I'm up at 44, 45 PSI. So like, what's that, 2.5?
Yeah.
That's a lot. Let it out, go down again. Like, I think people don't realise how much time it takes to get temperature and pressures correct. It was 3 laps for me.
Yeah, you have to keep on coming in and checking them.
AR1s especially, and also you have to determine, some people are like, oh, we'll just come in, adjust tyre pressures, sit in the car park for 5 minutes, have a chat with someone, then go back out and do it again. It's like, cool, now check your tyre pressures again. Oh, they've gone up 0.3 bar. I wonder why that is. Well, your brakes are like fucking 600 degrees, my god.
Next to the wheel now.
You literally...
Brake soak, wheel soak.
Exactly. So then you end up... Then you go out again and you wonder why. Oh, why is my tyre pressure at 2.8 bar again? It's like, bro, you just sat there and the brakes are just
noise.
everything up.
And then, look, end of Beloff. I normally, this is the way.
The tree is now gone. If you're going to say the tree,
No. Like people go to the left and then turn in right at the end of Beloff. I just stay on the right and just flatline it diagonally, and so it's brake, and then turn in.
It's like a little kink to enter Schwalbenschwanz, and a lot of people are like, you need to get over to the left as soon as possible. Now I think that unsettles the car on a braking zone, and Johnny proved this. So Johnny used to take the left line in his Porsche all the time, and I said to Johnny, don't do it, like take the just flat line, and there used to be a tree in the field. You just aim dead for the tree, and then you brake at the tree and then turn in, and then you can get straight on the gas, and it gives you so much, like, it's perfect. It gives you so much exit speed on that corner, it's insane. So he tried it and he come back and was like, so much better. I don't know why people have been telling me to brake on the left this whole time, because it unsettles the car. Like you're braking and it wants to kick because you still want a slight kink. So flatlining, I think, is probably the best.
Got as little steering angle as possible when you're braking.
Now this is tricky when you want to do that line and there's people behind you who's trying to give you a challenge that are not really managing to overtake because they think you're moving to the right. So when you take a slower entry into that, because you do take, when you flatline it, you do take a slower entry speed to stick on the left.
You have to end up.
Exactly. Yeah. People will try to overtake you, so it can end up being a bit messy because you'll end up next.
You've got nowhere to go.
And you've got nowhere to go. So if you're going to do it the fastest, make sure that no one's up your ass and no one's thinking that you're moving to the right, because that doesn't end well.
But then again, if everybody had the right track etiquette, then indicator would be on.
Yeah, this is the problem though. There's 90% of people have no idea what the fuck they're doing on the track.
Yeah, they've moved over, there's a gap.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's enough space for me to get through, I'll go for it.
Squeeze.
What do you mean you didn't let me through? I was coming through, there was enough space. Yeah, well,
clearly not.
Not anymore now.
Yeah, literally. You just got into the barrier. There obviously wasn't enough space, was there, bro?
No, we've been there, and the guy who was one of the very early trips, Mark 5 Golf?
Mark 7.
Mark 5.
Was it a Mark?
Edition something.
Was it?
Mark 6, sorry.
Mark 6, what, 35?
Went into the barrier there.
Yeah, and he was like the fastest guy there. What was the name? I've completely forgotten.
Was his name James?
Yes, James.
It was James. Yeah.
I don't know who
We were
it
just
is.
like, ooh, this was like early days.
2017.
Where did he go into the barrier? On the left of that first
On
drop.
the left hand side, just come in too
And just
hot,
like
understeer,
rid
just
the
went
whole barrier. He
just cast back.
Amsterdam afterwards.
Yeah.
He sent us a video and he was just like, we're gonna get high.
Just got out and went like, fuck it, we're done. We're going to Amsterdam for the night.
Wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then onto the left-hander.
That's a fun.
I never know.
That's a very fun corner. You hug that left curb and just wash it all the way out to the curb.
All's round.
It's so good.
Some really bad. There was a Cayman on my right hand side. Had some really bad lift off oversteer there last time in the Cupra. It was just like I turned and the Cayman was he like indicated, but he wasn't really slowing down. He kind of like I'll let you through, but I don't know. So I've come in and then we were so close to the side. I had to lift off and try and kind of slow down to not hit him. And it was just lift off oversteer, like full lot.
Not what you
into that, and I was just like, that was the worst ever moment there.
A Porsche putting his indicator on and not slowing down to let you by.
No, not possible.
Nah.
Not possible.
Nah.
A yellow came 718 wanker.
And a mini carousel.
Fast.
Yeah, it's fast. It is fast.
I come out of it early so I can jump.
I don't.
Don't do that.
I stick in it all the way to the end and just it gives you a catapult sensation.
Wash out nicely.
Yeah, exactly. And then wash out nice and then just come back over to the left for Galgenkopf. Galgenkopf at this point, 9 times out of 10, you've sweated so much on the lap at this point.
You're done.
You're kind of done and you're just kind of letting off anyway. So it's a tricky corner, but the toilet, the Portaloo on the left is your mid-corner turn again point.
And you can take it a lot faster than
Yeah, you can.
It
Even
looks
though
like
it's
it's tight,
off camber, it goes off to. Am I right saying it goes off
on
to the left?
It's off camber, on camber. So it goes on the inside. So the second, let me think of
Is it the second part?
turning point. It's a bit like that.
Yeah.
It drops away and it comes back,
Exactly.
yeah.
So
So you feel like, I'm losing it, and then it gains that.
So that's why you can carry so much there. You can wash it out really wide. Don't touch the grass because that's happened to a few people and they've ended up hitting the barrier.
Oh yeah, there's
It drags you in.
You're already at the barrier.
Yeah. I mean, if we've had a heat wave and we've had like 2 weeks of sun and there's no moisture down on the grass, then you might get away with it. But the chances are, if you've just arrived on the Friday, the chances are it probably rained last night and you don't even realise and it's wet.
Well, the minute I come out of mini carousel and I come up to that corner, I've survived the lap. So I go, okay, there's just
done.
it's one lap
I'm on the
corner.
right with the indicator on round Galgenkopf.
It's not. It's that I'm done.
Yeah.
Unless you know you're sort of you've not saying that you need to do a time and not doing BTG stuff, or not anyway. But if you feel like you've done a good lap and you
184 board, aim for it, turn
just
in,
chuck
and
it.
then pin it.
just feel the front end
Just wash out.
See, I
under the gantry, hard brake.
never cared for BTG, but secretly there's some laps I've done where I've had such a good lap. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
What is
oh, I'm gonna have to watch this video back and crop it and see because this is gonna be fun.
But you don't want to be disappointed going, this is such a good lap, and then you,
And then you get there
right now, yeah.
I had
last
on.
corner.
Funny enough, actually, on my best lap was in the M4. It was like a 7:34, and it's not lightning fast, but it was quick enough for me. And on that lap, and the only reason I watched that footage back to see that it was that was when I got absolutely embarrassed by a motorbike.
Really?
I came in, I'm not even joking, we'd done loads of work on the M4. I had Sergi in the car with me. Sergi will back this up any day, and he was as amazed as I was. And I had my friend chasing me in his GT4, which was not ideal when we had testing rental car, but it happened. It's one of them things. And we came round into Schredenkreuz. At the beginning of the lap, the bike came out behind us. And we were straight away on ascend, and the bike sort of came, and I was like, oh, he's moving. So we got to Hudson back, and we pulled a little gap on him because Hudson back on a bike is probably not very fast. Come down the quiddle back, and he was on me again, and I was like, wow, this guy's moving.
Yeah, when you see a bike still keeping up, you're like,
Keeping
oh, this
It's
is
like
the real one.
he's shifting. So we come round. The name's just literally gone from my head. Nuno corner and Flugplatz. Sorry, yes. Come around Flugplatz, and then he caught me again, and I was like, right, this guy's shifting. But I indicated before Schredenkreuz, and he was just like, he just flashed. So he's like, no, he's letting me go. So anyway, he wants to go. So I came into Schredenkreuz quite fast. I got on the braking zone. I immediately went to the right because I'm like, this guy is still on me after we've just taken SK like that.
on a bike.
And I'm like, nah, this is not normal. So he went past me. I was over to the right on the entrance of Arenberg. He went past me on the out, like on the normal line.
outside, just
On the
leaning
normal,
down.
on the normal line.
Sorry?
He put his knee down mid-Nurburgring, and all I see is just his hand come up like this. Peace sign. And I was just like, to Sergio, I was like,
Oi, look at that guy over there.
and he just picked the front wheel up out the corner. Gone.
British plate.
Got French.
Guy.
French guy, black R1. No, not. I know the guy you mean, but it's not. Never seen it there before. French license plate, absolutely battered R1. Like, it looked like it had seen death. he just went. It was just gone. Cool. By the time I got to the compression of Foxhole, he was already taking the top left corner. And I was like, that lap was a 734.
So for him, that was like low 7.
That was easily a low 7, easily.
7s, anything.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. For the next, like, all the way up until I would say Callanhard, all I was thinking in my head, I don't even remember taking them corners. I was only thinking in my head was, rah, that was insane. How?
So cool.
How? I've never hats off to him. I don't know who the guy was.
One other bike really impressed us. I was with Mitch, and it was a British rider on this race bike, basically, that he's just put number plates
Is
on.
it Billy? Who's the fastest motor?
No, it's not him. It's not
No, it's Andy.
Andy.
Oh, is that Andy?
Carlo, yeah. 701 or 705.
Just hair growing on his nose.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
that guy's not well. But yeah, when you see fast bikers, it's it's just completely different level off.
Yeah, you
balls.
straight up just think you're tapped in that. There's something wrong with
you're
fundamentally, psychologically.
I mean, just
wrong.
watch
in
Isle
your
of
head.
Man TT and look at the guys in the pits, then it just tells you everything you need to know. And
There's some like old geezer who's just like, yeah, I've been like riding bikes for a bit and that, yeah, and you're just like, cool. You've literally just done 180 miles an hour through a village, 2 millimeters away from a wall, and you're like, yes,
They don't care. They don't care about their lives.
it's wild.
All right. Well, that was a big question, so I think we'll skip the questions and we'll just move straight on to news.
Is there any questions that are just like one-word answers?
No, nothing's a one-word answer.
Gotcha.
We'll save them for next time.
We got next time.
We haven't ignored you. We'll save them for next time. In the news, BMW has won the Dubai 24-hour with the M4 GT3 e-vehicle. 1 and 2.
They cleared up.
1 and 2.
Who came P3? Do you know?
Mercedes.
Because I missed it. Ah.
Mercedes. And I think Porsche was 5th.
I'm pretty sad Aston's doing not so great this season.
Not
I know a lot of yeah, of course I'm an Aston fan. That's the British brand. Aston's sick. Look at that car.
Yeah, my friend Tom raced in that.
Here, anyway, if you want to check that.
Oh, I do want to check.
Oh.
This is
Information on hand.
Very good. My friend Tom Fleming raced in that, but they DNF'd.
What was it?
720.
Oh, that was slow. That was way down. I think a GT4 car beat the 720.
Yeah, well, they DNF'd anyway because the car broke, but...
A McLaren break.
McLaren.
Yeah, I know. Great. Oi, where's Peter Trander?
McLaren's. It's probably broken down the way here.
Bro, you
Yeah,
can't
probably.
drive. You can't. Shit can't break if you don't drive it.
But that's the thing. When Tom was in the 296, when he was with AF Corsa last year or the year before, whatever, great season. They like his best finishes. As soon as he's gone into some of the McLaren stuff, he's just like,
It's so sad because like they're good cars.
Yeah.
They are motorsport. They are the most motorsport brand there.
Yeah.
Apart from maybe Ferrari, but
well, he
I
won.
love Peter's 600 LT.
oh, it's such a good car.
It is so good to drive. Are you driven
It's
it?
so capable. No.
Driving it is. You get out
different.
of. Oh yeah, completely different.
Yeah.
It's like
It's like, oh, this is serious.
It's like when you jump in your track car. You're like, this feels so good.
I'm sorry, but can we just pay attention to the fact that the R8 LMS GT3 Evo 2 still came 10th with all of these Evos and new gen race cars above it? There's not anything the same age as that above it. Only 1 minute behind, not even a full minute behind total first place race.
yeah.
That's mad.
It's such a good chassis.
That is a mega car.
But I mean, the AMG is just as old.
Yeah, but it's a I don't know. The Evo just changed that. That car just got mad quick from the Evo.
Yeah.
Are they using the turbo engine now on the Evo?
No, I don't believe
so.
so.
Still some.
I believe it's still the N8.
20-year-old engine.
On the.
AMG GTR.
Is it not?
Which is wild because the Aston uses the turbocharged.
I thought it was the turbo. I thought it was turbo.
That's still NA.
Not NA.
It's
63.
jeez.
It's a mega car. That
Milo's on the research.
very good.
But yeah, BMW also won the GT4 category as
the
well.
M159.
That doesn't surprise me.
They're G.
They're running an Evo package on the GT4 car now, right?
Let me see, because
I think they're running the Evo. Is that already running? I know they made it, but
What's GT4? GT4.
crazy.
GT4.
Still.
Up to 671, depending on BOP.
That's out of
671.
That's a mad.
depending on
Depending on balance of
that's probably
performance, yeah.
still with restricted.
But when you see the size of the restrictor on the cars running N24,
Yeah.
did you see them when we went? The restrictors inside, like the intake's like this, and then it's taking it through a hole like this.
40, 50 mil if you're lucky.
It's wild.
Yeah, no, the GT4 G82 is not an Evo. It's just a...
I thought they were
It's the
running
bog standard, Bogo standard.
How long have the G80s been out?
2021 they came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's surprising that they got the Evo already, to be fair. But then saying that, all the Porsche teams kicked off a fuss, didn't they, about the thing? They got an Evo suspension upgrade or some shit, which made them super quick now. And now they're doing very well.
But
Magic Porsche guys will be Porsche guys, isn't it?
Yeah, Porsche guys cry about everything.
Yeah.
That's how it is, isn't it? Like Manta. little
We need
bitches.
suspension.
Mercedes has requested NLS postponation or postponement for Max Verstappen's N24 chances.
Because they're scared.
So I think Max needs to do a round of NLS in March in order to be able to
Let's
qualify
face it,
for
that's
N24.
not really a problem for him, is it?
No.
I think unless it clashes with any F1.
Everything else has clashed. Well, everything so far is clashing with F1, so they're trying to move the date so that he can race in
Imagine moving a race series for one driver.
Well, see, this is the thing, right? So I have a very strong opinion on Max driving at NLS or being part of N24. Now, it can go one of two ways. It's either going to bring a lot of attention from a lot of brain-dead Formula One fans who think they know stuff about racing.
Drive to Survive fans.
Yeah, exactly that.
Oh, man.
Which is good. It brings some income into the local. It's all good. Brings business. I'm all for it. But do we really want that kind of business there? Do we really want these kind of people being attracted to NLS and it becoming saturated with I'm not going to beat around the bush, retards. we're talking about Grello fans right now. Like,
Grello fans.
Imagine having Grello fan times 10 everywhere.
Times 10.
Now it's going to make life hell for us people who actually are fans of the motorsport and who are genuinely there. We go to N24 to watch racing.
Yes.
We go to watch. How long did we watch for? 16 hours last time.
Oh, we
was there for a long time.
We got to pretty much every part.
3-4 a.m. we didn't go to bed till, and then we was up at 7 to go
You
again.
get these people involved. Everything, the ticket prices go up.
Yeah.
You know, everything
the
just
thing.
goes up.
Everything becomes
So this is what I'm scared of that's going to happen with Max. Now, I never used to like his attitude on things until I started paying a bit more attention. I'm not an F1 fan. I don't watch any of it. But when I started paying attention to him a little bit more, he's actually a funny guy. And I agree with a lot of things that he does and says, because he's like, I just want to race. Like, get this camera out my face. I don't care about all this whole shit. I just want to race. So if he wants to come and race, I'm all for it. And he is going to throw a spanner in the works. And he's going to put all these boys on their toes.
He is very fast.
Frank Stippler, amazing driver. He's going to be on his tiptoes again because he's like, it's a challenge. So you've got him, you've got Augustus Farfus, amazing driver. He's going to be on his tiptoes again.
Yep.
You've got Marcello on his tiptoes again. David Pittard is going to be like, I want to give this guy a little run. So it's going to make the racing more interesting. There's no shadow of a doubt. If this guy's come in and beat the lap record in a testing day on a BOP car, come on, that's a statement.
And it's... People seem to think that this is like the first time that someone's, let's say, take a back step from F1 into GC series. It's not. Just no one that's been as successful as Max. That's gone, F1, but I think he's going to enjoy GT.
He's a driver, and the fact that he can do a full F1 race, jump back on his private jet to fly home or wherever he goes to next, and then does a 24-hour sim race.
For banter.
Sim racing is obviously, very different to your driving. Like, you don't experience a lot of things, but still, it's a skill, and he's very good at it. It's a driving skill regardless. Boy, it's impressive. And then to go and jump in a GT3 car that you barely know, and then go and set a lap time around the hardest, let's face it, is the hardest race track in the world. I mean, you can't deny it. I mean, there is other drivers that do it. I'm sure Lewis would do the same. I'm sure other F1 drivers would do the same. But at his level, he's
doing it.
He's doing it, and he's actually hungry. Exactly, he's hungry.
Wants more. I want to race more, and I think he's looked at it and gone, well, I spend a lot of time on the sim. Why the fuck can't I go in and jump in a GT car and just...
I can see him giving up F1 at some point and just transfer into GT racing purely for the fun aspect of it.
Yeah.
And it's to me, F1 has become a soap opera. It's become it's Premier League.
It's all for Drive to Survive and Netflix and whatever now. It's not.
And
it's not. Yeah.
There's not. It's too close. There's not enough between the cars and between the drivers, and I think some of the drivers get frustrated because they know they're only not winning because they're not in a good car.
Yeah.
And we've sort of see this. Whereas in GT, you can be in a bit of a shit car and still win a race.
I think, and it's also the G. Go on, sorry, mate.
I think this season coming up might be more interesting purely because of regulation changes and all of the changes that they've done specifically to make the racing better.
Yes.
Make the cars smaller, make different energy requirements. The cars even sound better this year because they're not using electric turbo spool up shit. They've actually got to dump fuel in the thing. And you got 2 new teams joining.
Audi's joining.
And Audi kind of, well,
Audi and
Cadillac.
Cadillac and yeah, and Audi kind of do well at everything they do. So maybe it'll get more exciting. But I still think because the Americans own it and because it's Liberty Media, whatever, it's just
NASCAR.
Yeah. No, that's it.
It's become, like I say, it's become a big show.
A marketing
Premier
exercise.
League where no one actually, like, there's no shadow of a doubt the drivers are pushing still. They're still the best drivers in the world.
100%.
Next to rally drivers, in my opinion. I don't know.
I think you see frustration from the drivers.
The racing isn't there.
No.
It used to be in Formula One, but in the last 10 years, it's just gone downhill. But then when you compare that to GT, look at where the last N24, where BMW, where Marcello was catching up to Kevin S. Mm-hmm. That 57 seconds, I was watching that while I was getting ready because we was ready to go to the track. And I was fixed to my laptop. I was carrying my laptop around the apartment. I was brushing my teeth, putting my trousers on because I did not want to leave a second of that racing because he was catching him every sector. 5-4 seconds all the time. And it's like, oh, and then they got next to each other. Kevin S decides he wants to try and overtake someone on the grass and then he kills someone.
Yeah.
As usual.
Bust up some Aston Martin.
But it's like, that's racing for us.
Yeah.
Like, that's racing. Not this car. Oh, someone's made an overtake. Brilliant. That was
so unrelatable, the cars.
Yeah.
Like, you got it's just
it's mad that
it's space technology at that point. It's
Yeah.
just like what
even the
even is
WEC
that?
hypercar stuff is still so far beyond any comprehension of what
But even still, these boys are treating these €2.5 million cars like they're a fucking 20 quid Micra.
Yeah.
And just like, have some of that into a braking zone. It's like, okay.
You can't do that with an F1 car.
And you've obviously then got the mix of throwing a bunch of GT3 cars into the mix on
amateurs.
and amateurs, pro and pro-am.
Pro
It's a good mix of racing. I think
good.
it's epic, but Formula One, you don't get it anymore.
I think you've got to give a shout out to Robert Kubica as always.
Robert Kubica is a geezer.
I think
What
one
a
of the
fucking
best,
legend.
of the local. Like he won the thing in not even the factory car.
Yeah.
With half an arm not working. How
When he came to Apex, I didn't even clock it was him at first when he came into Apex.
We saw him at Venti.
we were
and
invested.
I didn't even clock because I'm not one of these people that there's a famous person or whatever. Doesn't bother me. And it wasn't until after I went, is that Robert Kubica? He was like, yeah, he's come back to rent the M4. And I was like, I need to look at the M4 and make sure it's good to go then. When he went out, he came back and I said to him, what kind of lap times you doing? And he was like, I was doing the tyre pressures. And he said, what's it? And he's like, I'm not timing the laps. And I just stopped the tyre pressure, looked in the car, I was like, you're not timing any laps. I said, are you serious? And he's like, on the RN it says 7:21 or something. And I was like, okay, it's pretty quick. In my head I was thinking, that's pretty quick. I said, it's quite slow. So he then comes back, and I'm not going to announce lap times on the thing, but it was fast. And there's a video of him there's a video of the M4 taking, I think it's ring impressions on YouTube. And it's just the M4 coming over the inside crest of Schredenkreuz. And it's just on 2 wheels. And I was like,
Man took that personally.
he took that personally. He was like, why is the mechanic telling me I'm slow? What is this?
I will show you.
Yeah, literally. Geez up. He come back, chill guy, signed the lids, chilled with us for a bit. Really nice guy. What a driver. What a driver.
And he's doing all of that with literally half his body not working.
Literally had a fucking arm co go through his chest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
see that.
mental.
People forget that
Through
he
his
had that
body.
accident, and that's what sort of
But he's still pushing like he is, and he's still winning races, and he's still setting but that's impressive.
He's still doing
winning
24-hour race.
24-hour races. He's winning WEC. Stuff it's nuts.
And that
That
I
is
think,
baby Formula One at that point,
Yeah.
That's like a Formula One car with some panels on it.
Yeah.
I think that trip that he took to Apex as well definitely changed things for Misha's channel as well.
Oh, for sure. How many views on that? 5.6 million, something like that?
Yeah, that's when
It's wild.
it got
Blew
to
up.
a different part.
I think even more views than that. It might be 11 million. I think it's 5 million views on the one that we done stripping the car down and showing what he'd destroyed in a few laps. Right, it's right. Yeah, I mean, this wheel bearings, it's typical F chassis stuff when you're pushing, you know.
Yeah.
But you can't expect consumables to last when you're on the limit of the car for 30, 35 laps. Of course it's going to go quickly. Things are going to get destroyed. That's how it is.
The amount of lateral force on those wheel bearings,
Bro.
with a driver like that behind.
It's insane.
Boss up.
With wheel spacers on,
Yeah.
it's like, come on.
The next piece of news that the internet is going absolutely wild for is the FKP homage Bugatti Veyron.
sick.
Bugatti themselves have recreated the Veyron. They do a FKP homage twice a year, they said. This is their second one, and it's obviously they only sell one to a specific client, and this guy has made a Veyron.
What's FKP? If I'm being
It's just the kind of special sector.
like Jeep, like a
It's like
It's kind of like MSO and
okay.
it's like the skunk
like
works
an
of Bugatti, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
skunk work.
yeah, literally.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
And they've just gone, we're going to remake the Veyron.
Yeah.
But they slapped it on top of a Chiron, basically. Well, not a Chiron. It was the Mistral that they put it on top of.
Because it's convertible and they could use
The side intake.
to redesign the roof and stuff.
Oof.
It's a very pretty
And there's
thing.
one.
Yeah, there is one. And if you haven't seen the video yet, go watch it. Top Gear did it.
Is it good?
Oh,
It looks beautiful.
it is. I'm not even, I'm not like a super
Yeah.
hypercar guy, but that thing is
Bugatti.
gorgeous.
Do we know who it's going to?
No, it's obviously, it's always, that kind of thing's always going to be.
Private collector.
Probably never.
And it will never get driven yet.
But yeah, it's estimated to cost around 15 to 20 million.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. I'll buy 2.
That's all right, isn't it?
But yeah, coachwork body, the interior is amazing. They've used fabric inside the interior as well.
Good. Get rid of leather. Ban leather.
So bored of leather.
Leather's dead.
It's dead. Leather on a hot day. Yeah, GG's.
It doesn't work.
Just burn your skin off.
Yeah.
Sick.
I've never understood leather interiors.
Alcantara.
Or leather
fabric.
steering wheels. Fuck's that all about?
I don't like leather steering wheels.
You know, the Queen used to, well, back in the day when they were speccing stuff from Coachworks and blah, blah, the royalty only did fabrics because they weren't working people. They didn't get dirty. Leather was only there in cars so that you can clean it easily and blah, blah. Leather wasn't a spec.
But then it comes...
Having
it comes
fabric was a spec.
like a luxury item, didn't it?
Partially destroy your theory there.
You look at the Toyota Crown and stuff.
Because are we talking UK? Your old family. So I used to, my first job was with the police and we worked on royalty cars, royalty protection, anti-terrorism, all covert stuff, and the stuff that I'm still not allowed to talk about, most of the shit that we worked on. But the first engine I helped rebuild was Prince Charles Bentley Turbo R. Armoured Bentley Turbo R. We took to Millbrook. I have the spark plug still from the engine in my toolbox because it was my memoriam for the engine. We took it to Millbrook to test. I can't remember what it was we was testing. I think it was like a possible head gasket failure just creeping up under when the engine gets hot. And we took this armoured Bentley Turbo R to Millbrook test track. We had 2 test drivers with us, but we basically had free reign of the whole test track.
Epic.
And we did the slalom course in the car, which was the most unpleasant experience of my life in a car. You can imagine an armoured Bentley Turbo R on pretty much just stock suspension with some reinforced springs. And we took it on a high-speed ring, and the head gasket decided to just shit itself. So we had to drive the car back, all the way back to central London, with a head gasket that had gone, with the engine just running very warm. But back to the thing of the royalty car, this was full leather. It was all...
Yeah.
It was like exactly as you'd expect an old Bentley Turbo R to be. Even Pegasus, even the Prime Minister's cars, the 7 Series that got delivered, that was all leather. Most of them came as factory spec. The other stuff we never touched. There was another specialty unit in the Met that worked on the Queen's old, like the old Rolls Royce and stuff, and that might be, I have no idea. That's probably all fabric, but leather's dead anyway, let's face it. That Turbo R, the interior was so bad. Even the Jags, so the old Jaguars when Tony Blair was in power,
XJs.
old XJs, Now we had to refurbish one of those, and that was an experience because the lever in that was destroyed. It was finished, and this was, how long ago was this? It's my first job out of school. Oh, like 2008. So it's not that old of a car at that point. It was it was destroyed. It was like, it just looked like some old man's face that smokes 60 a day and works in a boatyard, you know, in the Caribbean. Just weathered. It was bad.
Like me.
So yeah,
Its seats look like me.
leather needs to die.
Okay, let's move on to the games. I'll try and keep this as brief as I can. I think we're not going to do Guess the Car this week.
Okay.
Don't
No,
have
because
much time.
that's a 20-minute interval.
Yeah. We'll do RatDog trivia, and I'm pretty sure, at least for some of them,
Look
you
at the
can join
answers.
them because these are episodes that you have been in.
I was going to say,
Let the
hopefully not
answers-
episodes I've watched because I am so far behind. It's a
Yeah.
joke.
Weekly episodes.
I've been too busy on Arc Raiders rather than watching videos.
So basically, I will give you. You know what? If you guys get any of these right, let us know down in the comments. But yeah, I'll give you a scenario, something that's happened in the episodes, and hopefully you get the answer right.
Maybe.
So E92 assembly. After Nuno and Jake's argument, Peter holds up a bottle of product he's using to clean the subframe. What product is it?
G101, isn't it?
No, it's ACF 50.
Oh.
Oof. I was going to say, knowing Peter, it's probably a bottle of Starbucks
No,
quick
I gave them all ACF
It was
50.
that pink stuff, wasn't it?
It was that.
How
it was that
expensive
purple.
is ACF 50?
It's quite expensive, but I don't think
what is
It's not for cleaning subframes, is it?
it's for cleaning, and it adds corrosion protection. So they use it in the aerospace industry. But I've been using it underneath of my car, and it's been okay. It's been the best stuff that I've used so far. But I think this LanoGuard stuff that
Oh.
you absolutely hate.
This LanoGuard stuff
It's awful.
smells like sheep shit.
No, it just smells like sheep because it is lanolin from sheep.
Just
We
sheep
put it.
shit.
They put it on some of the cars, some of the 250 short wheelbases at work. And when I tell you the amount of shit that sticks to the LanoGuard, it's
Yeah,
awful.
but are they using the LanoGuard under car? Because I use the LanoGuard Marine,
I
and
think
it doesn't. It's not tacky or anything.
Well, they're using the car one, obviously.
Well, the thing-
car one.
Everyone used to go under my car and go, "Fucking hell, this looks good," and it's like, yeah, because I use this
And they
stuff.
smell it. And
To be fair,
I use ACF 50
I
for
do
probably
rate
6 years.
marine products on cars.
Salt protection.
Yeah, it's pretty good, especially in countries where we live.
Yeah.
If you've got no salt, then yeah, do bits. But
That's where I
probably
think with the
what
ACF 50, the minute you're on salty roads or anything like that, that's where it doesn't stay on.
Warm as well, yeah.
Fair
But
enough.
this LanoGuard Marine stuff, we'll give it a go. We'll see what it's like. But you're supposed to put it on like all the boats and
yeah,
engines,
it's stuff that's in salt.
seawater.
Mm.
So it should be okay. We'll see. As long as my shit stays non-rusty.
As long as you don't drive it into a lake or sea.
That would be a less than ideal situation.
N24. The first day of N24 was Jack's birthday.
Yeah.
He took a shot in the paddock. What drink did he take a shot of?
yeah,
There you go.
There you go.
Germany, come on,
Got to be.
it's nothing. Yes, all they have
These are too
is
easy.
Jaeger and Bitburger. That's it.
What did
Yeah.
he choke on afterwards?
A dick.
Blow that out.
What was he drinking after that? Someone
Red
just
Bull.
kept buying him shots.
Bull.
Yeah, the Red Bull.
He took it and he spit it on himself
Yeah.
and then choked.
Nearly got it all over.
Big mess.
Because he didn't want to do the Jaeger shot, and then had the Red Bull, and then was like, "Oh, that made me feel a bit sick." And then the Red Bull made it worse. So he's like,
M6 24-hour build.
No, that's a throwback.
During the 24-hour build, in the morning, George was the first to wake up. He started and was the first to start working on the car. Who was the next person to turn up?
I'm not allowed to answer this, right? Because I'm part of it.
You can answer it if you know who turns up afterwards.
you can wait.
I can't wait. I'll wait.
Who was turned up after George?
Yeah, and I even say it on the voiceover.
Wasn't Sean, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Sean. Sean then
Sean.
Ricky, yeah.
Sean E46 V8 Sean.
I wasn't
And then Ricky.
expecting Sean
I
to
was
turn up.
torn
It was a very pleasant experience.
I was torn between Sean and Ricky.
Yeah, yeah.
I know one of those.
Ricky was after.
Yeah.
because I was asleep.
Yeah, Ricky was directly
You were always
after,
asleep, Jake.
and then you woke up because someone started being loud.
Yeah, I was just in the chair.
We were mash up, man.
Were you all sleeping here?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it.
I slept on an airbed in now Ashley's office.
Nice.
And I slept for 7 hours. I was lit.
I think
That's a normal night's sleep. So
I mean, I did drive. I worked in the morning and then got in the car and drove all the way here.
yeah, fair.
And then got here at like, what, 11?
Yeah.
10, 11 p.m.?
Did a few bits.
I was
like, no.
Battered. I was so tired before I even started working.
then we've done some bits.
I done stuff that wasn't even on the list.
Yeah.
I just made more work.
Cleverly slept on the sofa somewhere in the other unit, I think.
No, he napped on there and he went in my bed when I woke up. I said, just flip the duvet, flip the pillow, sleep in there.
Go
Calm.
for it.
Oh,
Good.
yeah, that was. I'm saying never again, but I think we should do it.
I think we should do it.
Build.
I
It
think
got
we should-
everyone
I
together
think
as
it
well.
shouldn't be a 24-hour build. I think it should be
Weekend?
I think it should be a weekend because it's not worth the no sleep
No,
fair
for
enough.
views.
It ruined me for
Days.
3 days
I
after.
can imagine. I've done it before and it's hell. Like working on taxis for like doing bits and it's like, I've done a 24-hour shift almost. Fuck.
It's the video title. We'll just say it's a 24-hour build.
Yeah.
Just say 48 hours. Full
Don't show them outside.
Well, it's 24 hours in 48 hours. There you go. 24-hour build in 48 hours. 24 hours of working. We can pause the clock.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Pause that.
3:30 Club Sport first start. This thing behind us that Jack has started rapping.
Badly. But
The first
fair play
time-
for his first time.
Ed started it in 5 years. Just before starting the engine, for the first time, Nuno and Ed had an argument. What was the argument
Surprise.
about? So what would there be an argument about?
It wasn't something to do with that.
Just oil starting the engine. You're saying oil.
What would they argue about? The wrong oil.
Oh, you better
oil,
think.
or something like to do with that oil pump that went wrong. I feel like I don't remember.
What else we were?
I do remember watching this. To be fair,
Yeah, same. I can picture them. I can see the scene in my head and I can't think what there was.
don't know.
Screaming at each other.
No.
You idiot.
Air intake?
No.
No. Pass.
Was it It was a part that had been used and swapped, right? Or borrowed of. It had to be borrowed of someone's car. in the
No,
end.
it was something to do with what to do before starting the engine.
cycle the ignition to get the pumps to go.
Yeah. Kinda.
No,
I'll tell you. It was whether unplugging the fuel relay would still start the engine or not while checking the
for
fuel rail.
leak.
Yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah.
Because the fuel rail, the relay only only stops the fuel pump if there's already pressure in the rail.
yeah.
It could potentially start, and that's what they were arguing about.
Undo the fuel relay, then crank the engine, then put the fuel back on. Get fuel pressure first. I want to make sure that it's not fucking squirting out everywhere. Get fuel pressure first.
Yeah, but that means I've got fuel in here.
Good.
Which means that when I try to crank the car without fuel, there's going to be fuel left in there, which could go in the engine
Oh,
and
what? So
start
the
it from
injectors
fuel.
will randomly start
Yeah.
pulsing by themselves.
If I unplug the fuel fuse, it's just for the fuel pump.
I hope you don't have a fuel leak.
It's such an average like Nuno moment, isn't it?
Ed was technically right, because if there is still fuel in there, the injectors are still pulsing, everything's still sparking.
That's true.
In fact, I think we had almost a false start because it did that. Before, yeah, and was like, oh fuck.
It will start, but then it'll just go.
Yeah.
I can see why, like when I come out with stuff, why it irritates him.
Yeah.
Because that's the sort of comment that I would make. Well, it might still start. If it's got fuel in it and the injector opens, it might.
Exactly. It's
It is
still-
very fun to irritate him sometimes.
Yeah, but you say it so calmly and logically that
then he just gets wound up.
yeah.
I don't do it deliberately.
And then you say, and then even when you do get upset, you're still like, no, it's okay. Like, and he's just like, what the fuck do you mean? Like screaming.
There's been some times you can really agitate him with things, and I'm just talk shit sometimes, but I'm like really arguing a good argument for the shit talk, but he's completely vexed, and I'm like, bruv, you're so easy. This is so this is.
We all wind each other up.
I mean, I can't take it. I can't take it either, because if someone gives it back to me, I'm normally the one giving. So if I take it, I don't know what to do. I'm like, how dare you? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I got cussed out on the last podcast.
you did.
Respectfully and rightfully so, for being an absolute It's hard.
Yeah, you were like,
I broke down when you turned around and was like, yeah, he was capital T. We had the A, it had a little bit of U, and then capital T.
capital T.
T for talks.
Yeah, we've gone on long enough. I'll leave it there. George has places to go since he's visiting.
Well, I'm waiting for Peter to arrive so I can have a remap.
Is he?
Boy, Peter's not coming.
He's
Yeah, he
messaged
is. He
me
said he's on the way.
40 minutes ago saying he's on his way. He got held up.
Yeah, why?
He's coming then.
Peter Trender.
Yeah, on my way. 7:20.
Damn.
Fuck Peter Trender.
Well, thank you for coming on, George.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you.
No problem. I'll be back.
No
It's
worries.
always good to see your face. Always.
Oh, cute.
And
It is.
very insightful knowledge of the Nürburgring as well. I think a lot of our listeners will appreciate that.
Wait, if you lot are still fucking slow after that,
Yeah,
you
like-
need to just get rid of the
What do
car.
you mean
Give
you're
out.
not sub A?
What do you mean you're not?
Bare
Yeah,
nonsense to
exactly.
make everyone even more slower. That's what it is.
How long before someone bins it and goes, well, I took the corner like George told
Yeah,
me.
disclaimer. If
Do
you,
not know.
Yeah.
First day that the ring's open, there's going to be like 48.
Oh, there always is.
Yeah.
There always is. The M4 in 2024 was lit at Beloff. Man just has done a whole winter off, not changed anything on the car, and decided, do you know what? I'm just going to take Beloff flat on my first lap. How did that end up?
Smash. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your day.
Enjoy.
Take
Enjoy
care.
yourselves.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Boy.